In this lecture, we are going to separate PHP logic from our presentation, which is the HTML. So let's look over to our index file. So probably need to rename this to something else. So I'm going to right click and just copy it. I'm going to call this upload.php. All right, so let's look at parser.php. Okay, so here we don't have any HTML, but if you look at view upload.php, we have some HTML mixed with the PHP here. So what we're going to do is actually separate the logic, which is just this block of code, from the HTML. I'm going to take this, copy all of this, go to index, and then just paste it here. So here we just have PHP code, and we're going to take care of the HTML in line 10 just now. The next thing we're going to do is to rename this view uploads.php. So I'm just going to rename this to index.view.php. So this is going to act as our template. You can name it as anything that you want, but I'm going to call this index.view.php. All right, so we're going to get rid of this block of code. Just leave the PHP tag here because we'll be using it shortly. Going to change this link to uploads, the uploads.php, and then in the uploads page, this is now going to be index. All right, so what is remaining now is just a little refactoring in the index.php file. So let's look at the code again. We are reading the content of this folder. We're opening it here, and then we are looping through the content and then displaying it in an image element. So what I want to do now is a way to pass the information from this file to my HTML view. A much better way to do this would be to store all the file in an array and then send over the array to the view. So I'm going to call this out, and then here I just initialize the output to an empty array, and then inside of here what I want to do now is append to this array one element at a time each of the files, and then I'm going to get rid of all of this, then get rid of this. So in index.view.php, we are now going to be able to make use of this array once we require it in this file. So we're going to say require index.view.php. What this means is that we actually need this file, the content of this file, index.view.php, to be available to the index page. All right, so I'm going to come over here, index.view.php, and then here within this PHP tag, we are going to loop through that array that we're sending over. So we're going to say for each of the outputs that we are sending over as file, and then we end this. Okay, let me make it in one line. And then I'm going to open another PHP tag here, and then say end for each. So we can repeat the exact same thing that we did before, just that this time it's going to be much cleaner. So this will be uploads slash, and here we can just quickly echo out file. Okay, so we can say width 180, and then height 180. So this is going to give us the exact same thing that we had previously, just that this time it is much cleaner. We can actually just write our HTML the way we write normal HTML, and then our PHP will be inside of a separate block. So let's view this on the browser. So we're going to go to index page. See now that our index page displays the image. And then if we go to uploads page, we can see the form to upload an image. We try our validation again. It should still be working fine. Right, so file is too large. So that will be all for this lecture. In the next lecture, I'll be teaching you how to create sliders from the images that we upload, and then we are going to be using a plugin for that.